Who would have thought that a little horror anime from the 2000s would present maybe the best build-up to a mystery reveal I've ever seen. A bloody psychological horror that leads you astray and isn't scared of making you as confused as you can possibly be. Higurashi no Naku Koro has had me dancing in the palm of its hand the entire time, and I can't even be angry how much I enjoyed it. Firstly, there won't be any major spoilers in this video, but it is a 20-year-old anime, so don't hate me even if I do spoil a little bit. Please like, subscribe, comment what anime I should review next, and let's get into it. The anime basically happens in a time loop that repeats the same couple of weeks and follows a few characters, their daily lives, and then the inevitable tragedy that happens each and every loop. And every one of these loops is different, each follows a different character and different set of scenarios that lead to a different conclusion. But the thing that stays the same is the mania-induced killing, through which every loop gives the viewer more and more insight into what is going on, or at least seemingly. This setting and the way Higurashi goes about this mystery, which is the most important part of it, is I think like in no other anime. It keeps giving you information in order to point you in a direction that may or may not confuse you even more, while simultaneously dropping a bunch of little hints which you would only pick up on your second or third watch. The anime is split into two seasons, Higurashi and Higurashi Kai. There are more seasons after that, but these two can be viewed as a complete story. The first season is basically the setup of the mystery, it establishes the setting, introduces the characters, and most importantly, sets up the mystery. And the second season is when it slowly reveals the solution to the mystery season 1 has set up. The individual time loops in season 1 work as a kind of world builders. Each time loop has a role in building up the mystery, and the way they go about it couldn't be better. As each time loop only focuses on a set number of characters, we only see the events from their point of view. And the anime doesn't shy away from using this blind spot of the viewer to its advantage. The way the anime reveals the information to the viewer is very deliberate and, in my opinion, incredible. You see an event from a perspective of a character, and you are sure the thing you saw happened the way you saw it. Then something else happens, and it feels like someone just broke in your brain. Most of the time, that isn't even because you don't have the information you need to understand. Instead, it's because the anime counted on you, the viewer, making unconscious implications along the way, and when these turn out to be wrong, it leads you to want to uncover the truth even more than before. This absolute rollercoaster of betrayal also leads you to be incredibly paranoid. Even during the more slice-of-life parts of the anime, it keeps you on your tippy toes, either by something out of place or very suspicious happening. The anime makes you guessing and questioning what is going on from the very start, and let me tell you, it doesn't fall off till the very end. The pacing is also incredible, even by today's standards, considering Higurashi is an anime from 2006. It just knows exactly when to give you a little crumb of information to keep you engaged in the story. What I didn't mention yet, but is quite important, is that Higurashi is originally a visual novel divided into arcs, more specifically question arcs and answer arcs. In these two seasons, there are 4 of each, and well, the arcs do exactly what they say they do. Question arcs build up anticipation and keep you guessing, and answer arcs answer these questions in a very particular manner. And these answer arcs are in particular very fascinating, because they don't just serve you the answer on a silver platter like you might expect. Yes, they do provide solutions to many mysterious happenings, even going as far as retelling a question arc from a different character's perspective, totally destroying your confidence in knowing what's real in the process. But they still keep you guessing. And even when they tell you why the characters act like they act, and even when they tell you why the time loops happen, even after that, they set up and transition into how to solve another thing, like they didn't just reveal something you spent the previous 20, 30 or even 40 episodes pondering about. I mean, it's incredible how well everything fits together. Not just when it comes to the mystery, but everything else as well. The way this anime handles different parts of the story, how it's able to bend the line of reality so the viewer is led exactly where the anime wants him to go, and then just consider that each arc basically follows the same formula. Firstly, a slice of life arc, at the end of which something eerie happens, then the cotton drifting festival, which is basically a timestamp which tells you when everything bad starts to happen, and after that it's basically downhill from there. Another thing is, in the later parts of the anime, there are hints that the solution is the power of friendship. Not to an extent where in the middle of a fight the villain has an epiphany and decides to suck the hero off, but there are hints that thanks to trusting people, things get resolved. This turns out to be the most important part of the solution, but still isn't as cliche as it could have been. even though it could have been avoided entirely. Another thing this anime hasn't done very well is its awful localization. And that thing is bad. Not funny bad, like ghost stories, but ear-bleeding bad. So yeah, avoid the dub at all costs. The Japanese voice actors did a very good job, and there is no reason to make yourself suffer. But the thing I absolutely love about the show is how it treats its characters going insane. It's something else, you know? You have shows where there are cold-blooded and calculated killers that keep their cool and have bulletproof plans they execute perfectly, and there is definitely something that makes you scared there. But the primal fear that Higurashi is able to induce by how totally insane and unpredictable the characters can get sometimes, it's on another level. And I think there are two other things that heavily play into how scary this show can be sometimes. One, how well the characters are written, and two, the contrast between them when it's a slice of life and when they seem to be possessed. And let me expand on these two. The anime, when introducing another character into the story, isn't lazy in the least. In the more modern anime, there are character tropes that everyone knows and whose personalities are flat, bland, and most often built on a single character trait. Higurashi stays away from that. Each character is fleshed out to be a character that fits in the story, that you can like and care about, and when they inevitably go crazy, the show makes you feel it. The other thing, contrast. What exactly do I mean by this? Well, a contrast of how the characters act and a contrast of visuals and music. As I said just a moment ago, characters can go from the sanest to batshit crazy in a blink of an eye. And when that happens, you are sure to hear some eerie music, and the visuals go from some cute moe pastel colors to some dark and creepy ones, as well as the art style seemingly getting more rigid. The combination of those is like a deadly weapon the anime uses to instantly change the mood, and that makes you question how is it that the characters that were playing card games just a moment ago are now at each other's throats. So in my opinion, Higurashi is just a masterful work of art. Mind you, it has its flaws, but those are very much overshadowed by all else. If you haven't watched it yet, even if your watch list is as grand as mine, just add Higurashi on top. The way the mystery is set up and later revealed, the way they make you care for every single character, and how well it was able to tie its loose ends is something many other anime weren't able to do. So thank you for watching, please like, subscribe, and if you're interested in hearing about the best bad anime there is, be sure to watch this video. That's it from me, and bye.